Hey everyone, Brian here, your honest mechanic. Today I want to talk about some bad high-pressure fuel pump symptoms that you should look out for on your vehicle. The high-pressure fuel pump, commonly referred to as the HPFP, is a critical component in modern fuel injection systems. Located in the engine bay, it is integral to direct fuel injection systems, delivering fuel at high pressure from the low-pressure fuel pump, LPFP, to the engine's fuel injectors. This high pressure is necessary for effective fuel atomization in the combustion chamber. In contrast, the LPFP functions at a lower pressure, primarily moving fuel from the tank to the HPFP. When a high-pressure fuel pump starts to fail, it can cause all sorts of problems. Here are some key symptoms to watch out for. 1. Difficult starting. One very common early symptom of a failing HPFP is taking way longer than normal to start the engine. Since the pump can't develop enough pressure, there won't be enough atomized fuel getting into the engine for it to ignite and fire up. You may find yourself turning the ignition again and again before it finally catches and starts up. And once running, it may idle rough or stall out completely. Very frustrating. 2. Loss of power. As the pump continues to weaken, you'll experience a noticeable loss of engine power when trying to accelerate. Without that high-pressure fuel delivery, you're essentially starving the engine and preventing it from generating full power. The loss may be moderate at first, but will get progressively worse over time. Acceleration from stops and entering highways becomes sluggish. Just no giddy up when you step on the gas pedal like usual. 3. Engine misfiring. Related to the loss of power, random engine misfires can start occurring when cylinders aren't receiving their proper fuel supply. It starts subtly but eventually leads to noticeable vibrations or shaking while trying to maintain speed. The check engine light is likely illuminated too, thanks to all those fuel pressure and misfire codes being stored. Definitely time to get the pump checked out if you come across engine misfires. 4. Excessive fuel odor. Here's an unusual one for you. A damaged high-pressure fuel pump can actually cause strong gasoline fumes that permeate through the ventilation system. This happens if the pump develops external leaks through cracked housings or bad seals. Fuel then weeps past the pump, getting atomized, and the vapors get sucked into the air intake. It's not very pleasant, especially with today's pungent gasoline formulations. Rolling down the windows probably isn't helping much either. 5. Metallic knocking noise. If the internal bearings, gears, or camshaft in the HPFP suffer excessive wear, you may hear a distinct metallic knocking or clicking noise coming from the engine bay area. This tends to be worse at idle. It can sound similar to an exhaust leak, but listen closely. That noise getting louder likely indicates imminent pump failure and no pressure being created anymore. Time for a professional diagnosis. 6. Fuel trims out of range. Here's a clue to look for if you have access to a diagnostic scan tool. Damaged pumps can trigger the engine computer to adjust fuel trim levels drastically up or down, trying to compensate for less fuel volume. So those are some of the most common indicators of a failing or faulty high-pressure fuel pump. With the critical role these pumps play in fuel injection systems, it really pays to address these symptoms promptly. Alright, that's going to wrap things up for this overview of bad high-pressure fuel pump symptoms. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe.